Patch 13.8 nerfed many of the strongest comps in the game, but the meta still centralizes over two overpowered units, Gnar and Kaisa. In this video, I'll show you my tier list of the strongest comps, my strategy for climbing on this patch, and lastly, I'll cover how to play all the comps mentioned. In S tier, we have Gnar Reroll. It's the best comp in the meta, but you should only play it with +1 Gadgeteen, so you can hit 5 of them early. This comp caps out extremely high with Nunu, and stabilizes really hard in the mid game with 2-star boards. Star Guardian Kaisa is the best comp to default to from an AP opener. Kaisa 2 is incredibly strong in the mid game, and Kaisa 3 guarantees you a top 4, and you often win out as well. Additionally, this comp has one of the higher caps in the game when you hit Syndra and an upgraded bench. In A tier, we have Laser Core Warwick. It's a great tempo AD option in the meta if you have early brawlers or items like Titan's Resolve and Edge of Night. This comp is all about the mid game. If you can hit Warwick and upgraded frontline, then you can often reach level 9 to fully cap out, but if you can't, you will quickly fall behind and bot 4. Mech Garen is a great option if you have no direction towards one of the strong vertical comps in the meta. Usually, you want to carry Asol if you have AP items, and Belwith if you have AD items. Spellslinger TF and Nico is a great alternative to Kaisa, as the comp uses similar items. It's much harder to stabilize with this comp because it needs a lot more 2-star forecast units than the Kaisa board, but it can cap out just as high if you reach level 9 for Syndra 2 and Janna 2. Infiniteam Sure Shots is a great comp that can overwhelm boards if you are able to 2-star 4 and 5 cost units to clone, but it really struggles if you can't hit Ezreal and you don't have a spat to clone Garen or Aatrox. In B tier, we have Anima Squad. It can be very strong under the right conditions, specifically a strong opener, +1 Anima Squad, and a good hero augment like Jinx or Vayne Carry, but it's not something you want to default to every game. Brawler Jax is a niche comp that's similar to Anima Squad, in that it can be incredibly strong under the right conditions, which includes good items, admins, and augments like Big Data, Scoped Weapons, and Battle Mage, but it's not a comp you want to be playing without the proper spot. Duelists are very dependent on their augments. Vayne and especially Yasuo carry are very good, but if you don't hit them, playing the standard board with TF carry usually maxes out at a top 4, but most of the time you won't even get higher than a bot 4. Vex Reroll is only playable with +1 Mascot, but if you can't get it and you're able to hit Vex 3-star, this comp has the capability to win out. Now moving on to my strategy for climbing on this patch, Tyr and Bow are the best openers. Tyr lets you default into Kaisa and Spellslingers, while being open to Anima Squad, Mascots, and Asol carry. In general, you want to prioritize Static Shiv with Tyr opener, as it's the only core item in both Kaisa and Spellslinger boards, so it allows you to easily flex between the two depending on your spot on 3-2. Bow flexes more easily into comps like Laser Core, Gnar, Belwith, Infiniteam, Jax, and Duelist, while also still allowing you to play Kaisa. Defensive components like Chain and Belt are also great choices, but it's often hard to find carry items off Carousel if you don't have pick priority. In the early game, you want to win streak and preserve as much HP as possible, or full open to start econing. Here are a couple of examples of great early game AD boards that you can play around: Laser Core Ashe, 4 Duelists, and Draven with any frontline. And here are some great AP boards: Infiniteam Lucian, Spellslinger Lux, and Anima Squad Jinx. By stage 3, you should have an idea what comp you intend on playing and when you want to roll for your board. If you are playing a standard comp, you should level to 7 and roll down on 3-5 if you are low in HP with a lot of money, or in most games on 4-1 with upgraded frontline plus your forecast carry. If you're playing a 2 or 3 cost reroll comp, you should usually roll down on 3-2 or 3-5 to stabilize and start your win streak. Make sure to roll aggressively on 7 before going level 8 if you aren't high on HP, as you need to stabilize your board to avoid taking bad losses, as other people usually will roll here for strong boards like Kaisa and Gnar as well. Now, let's take a look at each individual comp. All of these are linked in an Imgur album that is available for patrons and YouTube members, and the link to join those are down in the description. Gadgeteen Gnar is a 3-cost reroll comp that prefers to roll level 7 if you have +1 Gadgeteen. Play this board with Lulu instead of Nunu, and Alistar out. If you don't have +1 Gadgeteen or Nunu at level 7, play 3 Gadgeteen, 3 Hacker, and a Flex unit. Don't play Prankster, as it's currently bugged with the Gadgeteen bonus stats, but this will change in future patches most likely. The Gadgeteen spat can go on either LeBlanc, Shen, or Pyke, with LeBlanc being the priority if you aren't 3-starring any of them. Try to 3-star LeBlanc, Shen, Pyke, and Annie if you can, but give up on them and focus on Gnar if you have to, as they are only bonuses. Gnar's most important item is healing like BT or Hodge, followed by Last Whisper. The last item can be a second healing item, or a damage item like Titans, Deathblade, or Giant Slayer. Throw your tank items on Annie and play any AP items on LeBlanc. Kaisa is another 3-cost reroll comp that prefers to roll level 7 unless you have Hold the Line, in which case you would roll level 6. There are 2 boards for this comp. The 4 Defender board, which you should lean towards in AD heavy lobbies, and the 4 Star Guardian board. If you get a Star Guardian spat, put it on MF and prioritize itemizing her. While rolling for Kaisa 3, you should also prioritize Rel 3, Nyla 3, and Riven 3. If you can hit Rel 3, itemize her with tank items, otherwise put him on Garen or Echo. Kaisa's 2 core items are Gunblade and Shiv, and the 3rd item can be any AP item like Guardbreaker, Deathcap, Archangels, Rageblade, or Giant Slayer. Thank you so much for watching. If you learned something, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want cheat sheets for any of my comp guides, they're available for YouTube members and patrons, and links to those are down in the description. And if you want to get better at TFT, join the Discord. We got over 9,000 other players there who are hungry to climb. And if you want to get coached by me, the information is over on the Discord server as well. So take care and see you in the next video.